Hey everyone, Rarity Dash here, time for another Patreon sponsored reaction video. And this one comes to you courtesy of Russian Dust, who has requested that I look at the top 10 worst cartoon news of 2017 by RebelTaxi. So yeah, another listing video, and it sounds like a pretty interesting topic for a list. I don't really remember what the bad cartoon news was for last year exactly. So it'll be interesting kind of going through this again. Though, actually, I probably didn't hear half of it. Because I'm not really up on all that stuff. I don't really go to cartoon news sites. Basically, what I hear is just what you guys tell me, and then just whatever happens to reach me just other ways, which definitely isn't everything. And I'm guessing there's going to be quite a bit on here that I'm going to be hearing for the first time, and that might make it interesting. I don't know. Other than that, not really sure what to expect. I think the name RebelTaxi sounds kind of familiar, though I'm not really sure why. I don't think I've looked at any of their videos before, but yeah, I don't know. Anyway, hopefully this will be pretty cool. Let's get started and find out. Here we go. Driven by Pan Pizza.
Oh my gosh, I love this song.
Everything is terrible.
Still need to see the Lego movie.
Everything is bad when you're part of a team.
Wow.
Everything is
It did pretty well on the last
when
movie
you're
poll.
dying to scream.
Wow.
Blistina?
Blistina?
Oh.
Dad?
Okay.
I'm sorry.
New Powerpuff Girls doing some interesting things apparently.
Do we need a fourth Powerpuff Girl?
No.
Or what about a fourth Indiana Jones movie?
Yeah.
What about a fourth season of the Boondocks? It was terrible. What about a
really?
fourth U.S. president? It was terrible.
He was pretty good,
What about
Madison.
that guy you asked?
He's-
Exactly. Fuck you, James Madison.
Not a
Or
bad
even
president. He
Clone
did some
High.
important
Well,
things.
That sums up the fourth Powerpuff Girls special, The Power of Four, starring Blistina.
Blistina?
That's the name you're gonna go with.
Yeah, that's
the design
kind of a
you're gonna go
terrible
with?
name.
Yes,
Just-
legs are long. And
Wow.
my legs are long. Yes,
It's a special that retcon Powerpuff Girls lore, where it turns out the
Blistina,
professor
that just
originally created
makes me
Bliss
think of, like,
first by
blisters.
spelling chemical W, like
Just a
chemical
bad name.
WXYZ.
You spelled chemical X when you made us. You made the same mistake twice?
22 times, actually.
So where's the girls created from chemicals A through B?
I heard this
maybe
was
0
bad,
to
this
9.
whole
It's like Stitch's
Powerpuff
cousins.
Girls
Where are
reboot,
you hiding
but
the other girls,
I didn't know it was
Professor?
this bad.
The Power of Four
This
episode
just looks
can
terrible.
only be described as a self-insert fan fiction and ratings grab. They were selling T-shirts minutes
Wow.
after release. What a joke! Where's the respect for Bunny, the real fourth Powerpuff Girl? Thank goodness they wrote out Blistina from the show by the end of the special. To do that, they had her go live in space alone. Sounds very familiar.
I have to go now. My planet needs
Wow.
Nice. Classic Simpsons reference. Hello. Emoji Movie?
The Emoji Movie.
Yeah.
That happened. I was there in theaters weekend.
I don't think
opening.
that
I
did very
counted
well on the
about
movie
7
poll.
isolated laughs from audience
I
members
forget.
dispersed through the entire 90 minutes. The Emoji Movie went below
It's
my
mostly just
expectations.
on it
It's
for
the
meme.
bare minimum of effort put into a movie.
It looks
All you
terrible.
get are the
I mean, the
basics
character
of a
designs-
be yourself story without
I
any
mean,
substance.
They are what they have to be, but
Thrilling for words.
just like, why?
I give some things I review credit for looking like they had some passion put into it, but Emoji Movie radiates this feel of being a paycheck for everyone involved. I know it was, and this was just a commercial, but you could say the same for any Hasbro toy commercial. Some of those are pretty good, yet Emoji Movie has no goals beyond marketing. For crying out loud, the day is saved at the end thanks to the Twitter logo.
Really? Well, I guess this is going to kind of have some spoilers for some things that I might eventually watch.
Spoilers, but this film was so terrible it attracted the Emoji Movie masturbator. During a screening in New Jersey, a man was caught pleasuring himself, but got away. He remains at large to this day, but I know where he'll strike next. The Emoji Movie released late July
Why during the
2017,
Emoji Movie?
But exactly 1 year after, on the same weekend for 2018, you know what film comes out? Teen Titans Go! The movie. That is where we'll find him. His reign of terror and judgment will be no more.
Okay, well, Got some classics here.
With it being 2017, that also ties into Cartoon Network's 25th birthday. I know this since we're the same age. My life force is linked to Cartoon Network. So what did they do for its 25th birthday? They had this animated promo. And that's it. Hey, what did you do for your birthday, huh? Yeah, that's what I thought. It's like, whatever. It's another birthday. We're old. We got Dexter on Hulu. Birthdays are no fun.
Well, it looks kind of cool. I mean, cool promo.
I remember seeing the mural for the 20th anniversary of Cartoon Network at Comic-Con, thinking maybe my cartoon will be on the 30th anniversary. Hey, I just thought Samurai Jack ended this year. That's something they did. I've also been informed this was the Canadian channel Teletoon's 20th anniversary. What did they do? Nothing.
When life gets me down, I play my guitar. The rest of the world may follow
Coco.
the rules, but I must follow my heart.
As a person who was calling it a Book of Life ripoff by big corporate Disney, Coco turned out to be on par with my love for the last few great Pixar movies like Toy Story 3 and Up Yours, John Lasseter. Dare I say, I'm caca for Coco. But
It
this
was good.
spot belongs to everything that went against Coco's publicity. Because it was a film that focused on one specific culture, Disney's marketing didn't think this would have the broad appeal of, let's say, a talking animal movie. Coco's Thanksgiving release was facing two big superhero films still in theaters and premiering just days after the John Lasseter scandal. We'll get into that later. And of course, the whole controversy about Disney almost trademarking a religious holiday. In order to boost ticket sales, Disney added a 21-minute quote-unquote short for Coco, Olaf's Frozen Adventure.
I heard about this.
Going door to door looking for family traditions.
We make candy canes together.
Sugar rush.
That'll get the honkies in theaters. This overblown short comes off as insulting, like, this movie's a little too Mexican, so we need Frozen. Like, screw you. Frozen is proof you can make snow even whiter. Most animated shorts before films are 5 or 8 minutes. This is 21 minutes.
Wow.
That's how long TV episodes are when you take away the commercials to fill up a 30-minute time slot. That adds up because this was first made to be a TV special on ABC. Olaf's Frozen Adventure caused confusion among moviegoers, unsure if they walked into the wrong theater or not. Like, at least film some animators introducing the special so everyone's not confused at when it's gonna end.
Achoo! I am terribly allergic.
But Dante doesn't have any hair.
And I don't have a nose, and yet here we are. Achoo!
In spite of everything, Coco's doing acceptable business in America, but over in Mexico, it became the highest grossing theatrical release.
That makes
and
sense.
That Olaf short became so despised that it stopped being played in Mexico. Yet America, as I write this, is still subjected to Olaf's Frozen Adventure. So that's why I propose the hashtag Kill Olaf. We can change the world, people.
He was the worst part of Frozen. Gotta say.
One of my favorite fairy tales of all
I really
time
like Frozen,
is
but
Jack and the Beanstalk.
not
So
really
I'm proud
Olaf.
to announce that we are in production of our version of Jack and the Beanstalk, and it is called Gigantic.
Okay. Wow.
From the long list of Disney fairy tale movies, their version of Jack and the Beanstalk will not be happening as the film Gigantic has been canceled. This was a computer-animated musical about Jack discovering a society of giants in the clouds. While there, a giant little girl befriends Jack and assumes he's a mere toy. The film, originally titled Giants, would have music from the songwriters of Frozen and was set for release 2018. Later, it was pushed to the year 2020 until things fell apart for reasons pertaining to creative differences. A lot of choices go into a film, and any minor change can drastically alter the movie as a whole. It was in development for what seemed like forever, but maybe they couldn't compromise on what they as a group wanted. Without Disney's Gigantic, that Easter egg in Zootopia now makes no sense.
All your favorite movies. I got movies that haven't even been released yet.
Graphic. Okay.
Welcome to McDonald's.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd like to get a 10-piece McNugget
Rick and Morty.
A bunch of the Szechuan sauce.
Yeah,
like as much as you're allowed.
Yeah.
It all
This
started
was
as
pretty
a simple
bad.
gag on Rick and Morty. Rick revisits his own memories and orders a real-life sauce
People
McDonald's served in the
out of
90s
control.
as a promotion for Disney's Mulan, the Szechuan sauce. This caused a rise of internet funny guys who wear zombie Deadpool t-shirts and are oddly comfortable saying the N-word to order Szechuan sauce from underpaid McDonald's employees. Mickey D's eventually gave in and decided for one day only, Szechuan sauce is back, but only in select cities with maybe 10 to 20 packs per location. As you expected, this didn't work out so well.
Yeah!
Blockades of internet funny people flooded McDonald's cross major cities all for a sauce that's sold at a Walmart. This overwhelmed McDonald's as they announced they'll have much more sauce in more locations for the winter season. That's good, but this makes me wonder, did they really underestimate how popular Rick and Morty is, or was this an artificial scarcity? If you purposely have a limited supply, you can make it sound like you sold out of the product faster. That way, whenever someone sees said product, they'll have the urgency to buy it, since they might not get this opportunity for a while. It's what Nintendo's been doing for years. Douchebags.
Yeah.
I want Szechuan sauce. Where's my Szechuan sauce? I'm Pickle Rick.
Oh.
I'm Pickle Rick.
No.
Rick. I'm Pickle Rick. Rick.
This whole ordeal angered the creators of Rick and Morty, who felt this situation was handled poorly and asked why Mickey D's never consulted Adult Swim for a tie-in. That could have helped them get better metrics on how many Rick and Morty fans there are, yet McDonald's dived in headfirst into this promotion, but I think I know why they didn't directly associate with Rick and Morty. The Szechuan sauce was a promotion for the Disney film Mulan. Now that Disney's developing a live-action, I'm assuming all-white remake of Mulan, it's likely they'll bring back the sauce
I don't
for
think
that.
they do that.
Maybe McDonald's
That
didn't
would
want to mix brands between a
be a
family
pretty
Disney
obvious
movie and
mistake.
this ultra-violent adult cartoon. Whatever the reason is, this truly was a dark day in fandom history.
What
the heck?
Yeah.
Okay, quiet. Hey, hold up that card.
Hey, dude, move that light. Right?
Action.
Happy New Year from Nickelodeon.
Okay. There's still a lot of video left. That seems like an ending, but we still got... I don't know what that was.
Happy New Year.
That was a
Best
weird...
wishes for a prosperous and happy 1994 from your friends at Channel 5.
Okay.
Here we go. Well, here's one way to show self-entitlement. Some cartoon fan was lucky enough to take a tour of Studio Mir, who are in production of Voltron on Netflix. This lucky fan took photos.
A lot of people
in
seem to like
places
that.
they
It
shouldn't
never
have,
does really
and
well on the
decided to leak the
polls.
photos online. The photos contain spoilers of episodes still being animated
Wow.
and were spread online quickly. The leaker, a 15-year-old on Twitter, threatened to keep leaking photos unless the crew made the characters Keith and Lance date each other within the show. Leaking info like this is serious and got the studio in legal trouble with DreamWorks.
Stop touching my equipment!
This is...
While we don't know what repercussions Studio Mir faced, cool stuff like animation studios allowing tours or guests can be something they'll stop doing. When I got to visit
You can't
Continental
take the
Studios
shipping
this
that
year,
far.
they were really cracking down on
Can't
security for
blackmail
things
the
like this.
studio.
Studio Mir tried its best to delete
That's
any
not how
leaks,
you
but
do
once
it.
something's online, it
That
can
is
be online for good. The Twitter user who leaked the info
bad
at
shipper.
Plants14 has been deleted. Although I see some speculation that this was just a troll who was reposting leaks already online and claiming to hold the photos ransom. To me, that sounds far more plausible, but whatever the case is, truly, this was a dark day in fandom history.
I'm sorry. I think this Nunville is getting to me. I gotta go.
It's that time again to appreciate the work of anyone in animation we've lost this year. Like Hiromi Saru, the original Japanese voice of Bulma in Dragon Ball, and Meryl in Trigun. I love that show. June Foray, she's done it all from the Looney Tunes Granny, The Witch, Rocky the Flying Squirrel, and Goth Duck. Who could forget Goth Duck? Peter Sallis, far more famous in British television, but to us Americans, he was the voice of Wallace in Wallace and Gromit. And Adam West. Sure, he's the live-action 60s Batman, but he's had a ton of hilarious and emotional animated roles, from Family Guy to Batman the Animated Series.
Yeah.
All the silly villains of the week in 60s Batman was the inspiration to the likes of Powerpuff Girls and Kim Possible. It's only appropriate his final role was reprising Batman in animated form. While we don't know these people personally, our entertainment would be so different without them.
Hey there, I'm Chris Savino. I am the creator of The Lab House, and today I'm going to show you how to draw Lincoln Loud.
You know, last year's
Heard
top
about
10
this.
worst of the 2016 video was a lot more fun. Like, hey, Norm of the North, doesn't that suck? Now it's just big-time cartoonists harassing or threatening women's careers. Chris Savino, creator of The Loud House, John Lasseter, head of Pixar, and a special mention from... I don't care, who was arrested on child pornography charges. Chris
Well,
Savino was fired,
that's kind of a
but
different
John
story, I think.
Lasseter
I've heard about
merely
that
gets a
one.
6 months leave while he lives off his Pixar money. So you know what that means.
It's vacation time, brothers. Vacation time, brothers. Vacation. Vacation.
What the fuck? Oh, but don't worry, he
Good to see the
apologized for,
Aquatines.
quote, unwanted hugs or any other gestures fellow employees felt crossed the line in any way.
Haven't really heard
Pretty
about
sure he did a
John
little more
Lasseter
than
much, but
awkward hugs.
The alleged incident
Probably.
was not an isolated occurrence. One longtime Pixar employee says Lasseter, who is well known for hugging employees and others in the entertainment community, was also known by insiders for grabbing, kissing, making comments about physical attributes. Sources also say some women at Pixar knew to turn their heads quickly when encountering him to avoid kisses. Some used a move they called the Lasseter to prevent their boss from putting his hands on their legs.
I can assure you, because the
Yeah,
animation
that sounds
industry
pretty
is so
bad.
small, a lot of artists already knew these things were going on but couldn't do a thing about it. John Lasseter gets to keep his job because Pixar completely changed the state of animation. Nearly every Disney animated film in recent years has his production credit. He's irreplaceable, and that's a major factor on why he did these things. They're higher in the food chain. Why trust someone new with a job when you have someone with experience that did something the public doesn't need to know about? Until now, he'd be straight up fired, but the company depends on him.
Didn't he
In a
eventually
similar
step
story,
back?
Comedian Louis C.K. got in the same trouble recently, and now his upcoming TBS cartoon, The Cops, has been put on hold, leaving the artists working on these shows without a job before the holiday season. You don't have to be the one harassed to be a victim of these people, but animation is a huge collaborative effort. When the creators of Clarence or The Loud House were outed as harassers, their
Yeah,
shows kept going.
Savino thing.
Unfortunately, Lasseter and Louis C.K. are far bigger brands.
Kinda makes me not wanna watch it.
Things like this make it more complicated on what to do.
And it sucks 'cause he
Fire
also has a
Lasseter and
connection to
losing
MLP.
jobs, or keep him
Kinda
on and hope he doesn't do it again.
wrote a couple
What's
episodes
the right
in the
thing to
first
do?
season.
I don't know. I'm just a pizza. So let's go on to the final contender.
Where again, state police confirming a murder-suicide. That's what they believe it is right now. 3 men confirmed dead.
Oh, this
including the
thing.
gunman.
Well, this is a bad one to end a video on. Animation somehow being linked to a mass shooting. Someone shot up a supermarket all to appease their love for their fictional cartoon girlfriend, Ember McLean from Danny Phantom. I'm not making this up. A bit odd they chose to please a fictional character who gains power based on how many people give attention to them. So let's not talk about that. We have enough negative animation videos on YouTube. Let's instead talk about all the good stuff that happened this year in animation.
Yeah, this was getting kind of depressing there for a while, so...
Samurai Jack, Hey Arnold, and Regular Show got their endings. Quality may vary. Action cartoons like Castlevania and Young Justice
Still
are
wanna see the
returning.
Castlevania,
2 well-made Lego movies. Mexico
cartoon.
getting more prominent animation attention.
looks pretty
Gorillas
cool.
came back. DuckTales was a
And
good
I am a fan
reboot.
of the
12
games,
Forever's coming
so-
to Netflix. The Loving Vincent is something otherworldly
I don't even know what all this
really
stuff
want to
is.
see. Cuphead is a highly successful video game tribute to Fleischer Animation. TBS announced they'll be making their own adult cartoons. The Incredibles 2 teaser. And I got to visit Cartoon Network Studios, but what impacted me the most this year is the finale to Regular Show. Without Regular Show, I would have never broken out from my 90s kid phase of hating modern animation. Me making videos focusing on cartoons instead of video games or movies is all because of Regular Show and Adventure Time. It's what made me realize Cartoon Network is where I should aspire to work. Until or if that happens, I think I'm comfortable making videos and webcomics. YouTube will sort itself out, or not. I don't know. You just gotta roll with it.
Jolly good show.
Okay.
Welcome to a very special You Pick with Stick. We're partying like it's the 90s and loving every minute of it. Since this is the last couple of hours of 2011, we've got some of the series finales of your favorite 90s Nick shows. Then, unless I can...
I kind of remember that thing. I think, 2011, way past the time I was watching Nick.
You guys picked. But the party doesn't stop there. For the first couple of hours in 2012, we'll be showing the series premieres of some classic Nick shows. So, without further ado, here's the series finale of Keenan and Kel. I love a do. What's a do?
Okay, well there we go. Yeah, kind of an interesting list. A lot of unfortunate stuff on there. I mean, some fun things that fun to mock things, Like, we started off with the whole Powerpuff Girl thing, which looked absolutely terrible. And, just not a good idea. Though I heard the whole reboot is kind of not a good idea. And, I mean, that whole Olaf thing, that I did hear about that and how people were just furious with that. And, of course, the Rick and Morty Szechuan sauce thing, that got to everyone. That was, like, just no. And, just so much cringe on that one video. I think I've heard someone say that that's actually fake, and I really hope it is, because if someone was actually legitimately that embarrassing, then I just feel sorry for them. Yeah. And even if it is fake, it's still just so much cringe, just to act like that in public. No. But yeah, a lot of stuff that I don't even really want to talk about in here. I mean, I kind of said some things, but like, just, yeah, kind of unfortunate, and I mean, that's definitely the worst news in cartoons. Gotta agree with that, but like, yeah, not really a fun video. Exactly. Though it was informative. There was a lot of stuff on there that I wasn't really entirely aware of, and stuff that I had kind of heard about but hadn't really looked into in detail, like everything with Lassiter, and yeah, somehow I heard more about Savino than Lassiter. I don't know why, but yeah. It's all just scummy and bad and awful, and I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really know. It's kind of hard to comment on what I just watched. It was very well presented. This RebelTaxi guy, he did a good job of it. Pretty funny, nice narration. I guess he's also an animator. Which maybe I have seen something he's done. I don't really recall. And yeah, he did it well. It was well edited. Except, I mean, there was some kind of weird break in there. Was there like an ad placed in the middle of that section or something? Because it just felt so weird and like out of place. But I don't know. And yeah, it was well edited, and it had everything that it needed to be a pretty successful listening video, and yeah, it was good. So thank you for requesting that, Russian Dust, and if you want me to watch a video of your choice, check out my Patreon. At the $20 level, you can back me, and I'll react to any video of your choice for each month that you stay at that level. Anyway, yeah, hope you liked the reaction. Let me know if you did, and see you in the next one.